ॐ नमः श्री अतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे स्वामिने तापहारिणे. Dear friends, Namaskar. You are most welcome to our inspiration series. Today we are going to discuss on secret of greatness. Secret of greatness. This is our subject for today's discussion. Everybody want to become great. You see, we must be great. There is no doubt about it. But we should not go for shortcuts. Just earning money or getting power, position by shortcuts, that is not real greatness. Then what is real greatness? Swami Vivekananda is telling us what is real greatness and how to become great. In the words of Swami Vivekananda, we are going to discuss this subject. Swamiji says, faith, faith, faith in ourselves, faith, faith in God. This is the secret of greatness. This first mantra Swamiji has given to us. Faith, faith, faith in ourselves, faith, faith in God. You see, here Swamiji has given two conditions. If you want to become great, first thing is you should have faith in yourself. You see, unless we believe in ourselves, because we have infinite power within us, it is not that we are weak. There is infinite power within us. But only thing is we don't believe in that power. That is called Atma Shakti, the divine power. And that divine power is within each and everyone. Those who have faith that they can do anything and everything, they become great. But those who think, I am weak, I am good for nothing, I cannot do anything, such people will never succeed. They cannot become great. Though they have potentials, if they want, they also can become great, but they don't exercise their power. They don't try for that. In life, challenges will come, and by accepting challenges, you will become great. But if we try to avoid challenges, every time if we say that I am not able, I cannot do, it is not possible for me, that means you are underestimating yourself. How do you know that you don't have power? You also have power, but you underestimate that no, I don't have power, and you don't exercise. Therefore, you remain where you are. So the first condition is, yes, I can do it. You see, Subhash Chandra Bose, a single man, tremendous confidence. I can make India free. A one person can challenge. I can make India free. And you just imagine, Subhash Chandra Bose, single-handed, he founded Azad Hind Sena. It is not a joke. He himself is founder of Azad Hind Sena. And he fought against British. And they were frightened. Where from that Subhash Chandra Bose gets that confidence? He read Swami Vivekananda's literature. He said, Swami Vivekananda is my guru. I learned from him how to love my country. You see, after reading Vivekananda, his confidence became doubled. And he accepted that challenge. I have to make my motherland free. And he tried for that. Sister Nivedita, where was she in England? A headmistress, well-to-do family, highly educated, renounced everything, came to India and served Mother India. Now, how could she do that? Foreign woman coming to India. India's atmosphere that time was not good because we were a slave. British were ruling us. In spite of all difficulties, she came to India, she became disciple of Vivekananda, she served India. That is because she had confidence. I can do that. My Guru told me to come to India and serve the Indian women, I will do that. So when we have this confidence, then everything becomes possible. But if we try to avoid, nothing can be achieved. This is faith in ourselves. And second, faith in God. That is also equally important. I may be having faith in myself, but I will be an egoistic person, arrogant person. That should not be. You should have confidence within yourself. At the same time, you should be humble. Like Hanumanji, he did so much work of Lord Rama, but he was always humble. He was not boasting himself. I have done, I have done. If we don't have faith in God, then what happens? We start boasting ourselves. We pamper our ego. We think that we have done. No, we have worked hard, but it is God's blessings, God's grace. We could succeed in that. You see, we should be always humble. We must work hard, but without God's grace also we cannot achieve success. We cannot achieve greatness. Otherwise we will become arrogant, egoistic. We will go on troubling others. That should not happen. So here Swamiji says, faith in ourselves, faith in God. This is the secret of greatness. This is the first formula. If you want to become great, then have these two things. First is have faith in your own self, that you can do anything, you have got infinite power. Have faith in that. And have faith in God, that God is all powerful. If I love God, I will get God's power. I am not weak. Behind me is the ocean. Behind me is the God. Behind me is the infinite energy. That type of attitude should be there. Now, second formula, what Swamiji says? Swami Vivekananda says, three things are necessary to make every man great, every nation great. Even human beings or nation, three things are necessary to become great. What are those three things? First is conviction in the power of goodness. Remember, conviction in the power of goodness. There are many good things in this world. We know them. It is not that we don't know, we know them. But we don't practice. We don't put into practice. Then what is the use? You may be knowing everything, but unless you put into practice, how you will become great? Why don't we practice? Because we don't have conviction. We have no conviction, we have no faith. If we have conviction that if I practice these things, certainly I will become great. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. We know this. If you go to the bed early, if you wake up early, then you will be healthy, wealthy and wise. We all know this proverb. But how many of us put into practice? Because we don't have conviction. We have heard, many times we have heard, it is written also in scriptures, Satyameva Jayate. Truth alone will succeed and not the untruth. We know this. Now we knowingly that truth alone will give us everything in life, success and victory and everything truth will give. But then why don't we practice? Because we don't believe. We don't have conviction. We think, it is not possible to speak truth in this Kali Yuga. How it is possible? By speaking truth, how can we become great? We start doubting. There are many good things in this world. We know them. They are there to be put into practice, but we don't believe in them. We don't have conviction that these things will make us great. Let us practice. First, let us try. Lord's name is so powerful. It will make us great. It will purify our mind. It will give us strength. But we don't repeat God's name. So there are many such things we know, but then we don't have conviction. We don't have tremendous faith. And therefore, we don't put into practice. We remain where we are. So here, first condition, conviction in the power of goodness, Swamiji says. Second point, absence of jealousy and suspicion. Absence of jealousy and suspicion. In this world, you will see different types of people. Your neighbor may be very rich. He may be very knowledgeable. He may be earning plenty of money. But you don't have those things. Now, if you don't have those things, you also work hard. You also try. You also can try to get. We don't do. We don't want to compete. But we feel jealous of him. That is wrong thing. If you want, you can try to appreciate him. You can try to imitate him. You also can try to become like him. That we don't do. But if anybody is bigger or greater than us, we try to pull him or her down. That is a very wrong tendency in Indian mind. That jealousy is a sign of slavery. Why should we feel jealous of others? Because all cannot be equal. One person cannot have wealth, health and everything, power and position. It is not possible. So there are many great things in this world. And we cannot get all those things. But those who have got those things, we should appreciate. We should praise them. We should award them. But we should never feel jealous of them. Because once we start feeling jealous, we try to do harm to them. And when we try to do any harm to anybody, you are committing sin. You do not know. You are harming God himself, because God dwells in everybody. Now, if you feel jealous of human being, that means you are feeling jealous of God. God dwells in the hearts of everyone. So why should we feel jealous? This jealousy is our enemy. And suspicion, always doubting. Oh, this man will be like this. He is hopeless. He cannot do anything. Don't judge anybody. Bible says, don't judge anybody, otherwise you will be judged. So we should not judge anybody. How do you know what greatness he has got? Because he has got one weak point, you cannot just condemn him. So don't be suspicious always. There are some people, their nature is cynical. They always doubt. Anything good thing they always doubt. No, this will not work. If you give him good idea, he will not accept. He will say, no, your idea is hopeless. That cannot work. Always doubting. He thinks whatever he does, that is the only right thing. And when the other gives some suggestion and ideas, he said no. He start doubting. No, if we do that, then we will go into loss. You see, this is also bad. So absence of jealousy and suspicion. And third one is helping them, those who are doing good thing, and be good. The meaning of this, first you be good. You try to be good. And then try others. Those who are trying to be good and trying to help others, you must help them. You must contribute something. If you yourself can do good to others, that is very good. But suppose if you are not able to do, you don't have time, you don't have energy, then those who are doing good things, you can certainly help them. Suppose Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission is doing lot of good work to society. Now, if you don't find time, at least you can contribute something for good work. At least once in a week, Sunday, you can offer your services. This is what we should do. Service-mindedness. We should be always ready to serve the society. serve the people, whatever way possible. Not that always we should give money, whatever way possible. If you have knowledge, you can give knowledge. If you have time, you can give time. If you have money, you can give money. But then always we should be ready to serve others, to help others. If we have these three things, Swamiji says, then that person and that nation will certainly become great. That is the second formula Swamiji has given to us. Third formula, what Swamiji says, see, here is the difference between man and the animals. Man has a greater power of concentration. The difference in their power of concentration also constitutes the difference between man and man. Compare the lowest with highest man. Difference is in the degree of concentration. This is the only difference. So here Swamiji says power of concentration. You compare man with animal. Why man is better than animal? Because man has got more power of concentration than animal. And here Swamiji says, what is the difference between one man and another man? Why one man is ordinary, lowest, but other man is great? So what is the reason? Here the power of concentration. If a person has power of concentration, if he has concentrated mind, then he will become certainly great, because he can focus his mind on anything what he wants, and he can master that subject within no time. Our mind is such a wonderful instrument God has given to us. With the help of this mind, you can achieve great things in this world. Mind is the only instrument we have. But we are wasting our mental energy. Our mind is not focused. Our mind is so restless. Our mind is so dull. Always lying down, sleeping, laziness. If our mind is such, how can we become great? If you want to become great, then you should have control over your mind. Your mind should obey you. You should know that mind is my instrument. I have to utilize it. I have to make best use of it, so that in this life I will be able to achieve success in whatever field you may be. If you live in this world, then also you need power of concentration. If you lead a spiritual life, there also you need concentration. Without concentration, you cannot meditate. You cannot progress in spiritual life. So whether it is a spiritual life or material life, concentration is very important. And when you see great people, you will see why that person become great, why other man is ordinary. Depends upon their power of concentration. The person who has got more concentration, he will be a great. See Swami Vivekananda's memory. Swamiji, within such a short time, within 39 years, he went to America. He delivered lectures and people were inspired. What was that? That was knowledge. Swamiji acquired that knowledge when he was in India. He studied everything, Bible, Quran, Upanishads, science, medical science, and everything he was able to remember. That was his power of memory. How it came? Because of power of concentration. Whatever he was doing with focused mind. And when the mind is concentrated, if you read once or hear once, everything you can remember. You will never forget. So this is another thing. How to become great? We have to develop concentration of mind. The more concentrated is your mind, the more successful and great person you will be. So you have to develop that. For that you have to practice regular meditation. You have to practice regular prayer. You should not allow your mind to wander here and there. You should avoid all unwanted things. You see, if you are running after so many things at a time, how your mind will become concentrated? When you sit for study, you focus your mind only on the study. That time don't think of anything. Now this is the time for study. I must focus my entire mind. Other things I will do afterwards. At a time only one work. Don't go on doing multitasking. I will this side, I will eat, I will watch TV, I will study also, I will listen music. So many things you cannot do at a time. If you try to do that, you will not succeed in anything. You cannot master anything. At a time only one thing. First you complete your study, 1 hour study with full focus mind, then you can go for another job. But at a time if you try to do so many things, you will not be able to achieve success. You cannot become great. You cannot master that thing. So here, focusing mind. Here Swami Vivekananda says, what is the difference between man and animal? It is only power of concentration. What makes one man great, another man low? It is only because of concentration. The person who has got more concentration, certainly he will become great. The person whose mind is restless, he is not able to study properly, he is not able to achieve success, certainly he will become ordinary person. So here concentration of mind is also equally important to become great in life. This is what Swamiji says. How wonderful ideas he has given. So we must have power of concentration. We should have conviction. Whatever good things are there, we should have conviction. We should have faith in ourselves. We should have faith in God. There should not be any jealousy about others, those who are great, and unnecessarily doubt and suspicion. So this is, we have seen the third mantra. And the fourth mantra, Swamiji says, him I call a Mahatma, whose heart bleeds for the poor, otherwise he is a Duratma. Fourth point is, fourth formula, Swamiji says, him I call a Mahatma, whose heart bleeds for the others, otherwise he is a Duratma. See here what Swamiji is saying, that he is a great person. Who is a great person? Whose heart bleeds for the poor. That means we should have compassion in our heart. Without compassion, we cannot call ourselves human beings. We are not tigers or lions, we are all human beings. In our heart, there should be feeling for others. Unless you feel the sufferings of others, you cannot help them. Nowadays, people are becoming hard-hearted. They are so selfish. They are so self-centered. They don't care for anything. Even many times parents, their own children, they don't care for parents. You see, that is their duty actually. There is no need of compassion. It is your duty to look after your parents. But nowadays, even they are not looking after their parents. What happened to us? Our heart is not developed. Swami Vivekananda says, when there is conflict between heart and head, always listen to the heart, because that is the place of God. You speak to intellect and God speaks through heart. Whenever there is conflict between head and heart, always listen to the heart, because that is the place of God. So you should feel for the sufferings of others. If people have this feeling, if they have compassion in their heart, how much good work we can do for the poor. Particularly politicians, officials, now they try to exploit people. And that also poor people. Now poor people go to them for some help and they demand bribe. Now the poor man, he is already poor. From where can he get money? If this is the tendency, we can never become great. Swami Vivekananda said, I hold him a traitor, having educated at the cost of poor people, do not pay heed to them. We get all benefits from the poor, our education, our society. So government help us, society help us, everything we get from society, and when we have to give it back, we are so selfish, we don't feel for anybody. We don't feel for our neighbor. Our neighbor is dying without food and we are enjoying feast in our house. We don't feel ashamed. Our neighbor is dying without food. And what is this? We are wasting so much money on marriage. Lakhs and crores of rupees we are wasting on marriage. And here the next man is dying without food. There are so many people. There are so many slums. There are so many poor people. They don't get food even for 2 times a day. And we are enjoying luxuries. Poor man is becoming poorer and rich man is becoming richer. Why this difference? Why there is so much of gap? Because rich people have resources, they have money, they have power. Only what is lacking, they don't have heart. They don't have compassion. They don't have love for country. They don't have love for the poor. Now you see, such a hard-hearted person, can he become great? Never. We say Mahatma Jyotiba Phule, Mahatma Gandhi. So I call him a Mahatma whose heart bleeds for the poor. Jyotiba Phule, you see how he was concerned about the widows, women, how to help the women. Maharshi Karve, he started a college and school for girls. Now these people became great. We call them great, we call them Mahatmas, because they have done so much for society. They are feeling in their heart. They are all our countrymen. They are all our brothers and sisters. It is our duty to help them, to support them, to bring them up. Nowadays we find the number of such people is becoming lesser and lesser. More and more become selfish and greedy. They don't care for anybody. They want first for themselves. They don't bother about what will happen to society and what will happen to country. They are not bothered. I am getting my salary regularly. I am enjoying my life. I don't pay attention to society or the poor, the country or nobody. I don't have any responsibility towards them. This is our attitude. With such attitude, neither our nation will become great, nor we will become great. If we really want to great, then we must cultivate heart. Even if you don't have intellect, doesn't matter, not necessary. But if you have a heart, you will always try to help people. Everybody will like you. Everybody will love you because you are service-minded. You are always ready to help them when they are in difficulties, they are in trouble. You are their friend, like a friend, going them to help them. And therefore, you are loved by everybody. That should be our attitude. So here Swamiji says, I call him a Mahatma whose heart bleeds for the poor. Otherwise, he is a Duratman. And the last formula is Swamiji has given us. See, that which is nearest is least observed. The Atman is the nearest of the near. Therefore, the careless and unsteady mind gets no clue to it. But the person who is alert, calm, self-restrained, and discriminating ignores the external world and diving more and more into the inner world, realizes the glory of the Atman and becomes great. The highest greatness is this, what Swamiji has given. There is one Upanishad, Kathopanishad. Even that Kathopanishad also it is mentioned that within you there is Atman and that Atman is glorious. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya janto nihito guhayam tamakrato pasyativita shoka dhatu prasadat mahimana atmanah. So when his mind is pure, his senses are pure, then he knows the glory of the Atman. and he becomes great, Swami Vivekananda says. What Swamiji says here? That which is nearest is least observed. You see, below the lamp, there will be always darkness. That lamp can give light to others, but below that lamp there is darkness. Within ourselves is that Atman, the divine, the all-powerful self, full of effulgence, full of light. But we are looking out. What is inside is the nearest of the near, Swamiji says. That which is nearest of the near is least observed. Anything which is very near, we don't pay attention. We see from distance, oh, that is beautiful, that is beautiful. Always appear very good. But within you there is Atman, and that is most beautiful. Beautiful among the all things in this world. So that Atman, which is free, which is immortal, which is all knowledge, which is beautiful, that is hidden within you, but you are not aware of that. That which is nearest is least observed. Atman is the nearest of the near, but the unsteady mind get no clue to it. Our mind is unsteady. Our mind is restless. Our mind doesn't know what is hidden within us. But those people, calm, alert, self-restrained and discriminating, ignores the external world and diving deep into the inner world, realizes the glory of Atman and becomes great. See, Swami says, some conditions are necessary. Here Swamiji says, but some people whose mind is calm, steady, alert, self-control, they don't run after the world, diving deep within themselves. They try to find out what is hidden within them. Avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan. Avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvam icchan. They control their mind and senses and they turn them within themselves. That focus, that light is focused on the inside now, not outside. And there they find, that's diving deep into the real self. And they realize the glory of Atman. And they become great. Realizing what is within ourselves, that is real greatness. That is the highest thing in this world to achieve. Our scripture says, Parama Purushartha. There is nothing more than our life to achieve that. Complete fulfillment. You will get full of bliss, infinite bliss you will get. Infinite knowledge you will get. And you will not come back to this world again and again. All your miseries, your old age, birth, death, everything will cease. Everything will stop. So you can cross the samsara, the ocean of samsara. You can realize that what you are. You can realize your glory. And when you realize your glory, then you become the greatest person in this world. Everybody will respect you. Everybody will bow down to you because you have seen the God. You have touched the feet of God. Why Swami Vivekananda was worshipped? Why Sri Ramakrishna was worshipped? Why whole world they could conquer? Because they realized their self. Religion is realization. What is religion? Religion is realization. Realize you are the Atman. And by realizing that, you will achieve real greatness. All other greatness will go away with this body. But this greatness, if you achieve, if you realize yourself, which is very near to you, it is not far away. So you realize, and same thing you can teach others. Teach yourself, teach everyone his real nature. Call upon the sleeping soul and see how it awakes. Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come. And everything that is excellent will come to you when the sleeping soul is roused to self-conscious activity. So when you awaken that self within you, then everything will come to you. Power will come, glory will come, goodness will come, purity will come. and whatever is excellent will come. And when all good things will come to you, definitely you will become great. There is no doubt about it. So that is the real and final greatness. Now, if we want to become great, these are the 5 formulas, these are the 5 mantras Swami Vivekananda has given to us. The first mantra we have seen, faith, faith, faith in ourselves, faith, faith in God. This is the secret of greatness. This is the first mantra to become great. Second, Swamiji said, 3 things are necessary to make every man great, every nation great. Conviction of the powers of goodness, absence of jealousy and suspicion, helping all who are trying to be and do good. Second formula. Third, Swamiji says, herein is the difference between man and the animals. Man has the greater power of concentration. The difference in their power of concentration also constitutes the difference between man and man. Compare the lowest with the highest man. The difference is in the degree of concentration. This is the only difference. This is the third formula we have seen. The fourth, him I call a Mahatma, whose heart bleeds for the poor. Otherwise, he is a Duratma. Fourth and fifth mantra is, that which is nearest is least observed. The Atman is the nearest of the near. Therefore, the careless and the unsteady mind gets no clue to it. But the person who is alert, calm, self-restrained, and discriminating ignores the external world and diving more and more into the inner world realizes the glory of the Atman and becomes great. See, these are the 5 mantras, the 5 formulas Swami Vivekananda has given to us to become great in life. The last one is the highest, the supreme. If you achieve that, if you realize that, then all greatness will come to you and you will be able to overcome all weaknesses, and within you there will be always wonderful divine qualities. You will be full of virtues. You cannot commit any crime. You cannot do any sin because your mind is absolutely pure. Unless the mind is pure, you cannot realize that self. Now, by your constant struggle, your constant tapasya, you have totally purified your mind and you have realized the self. Now you are a wonderful instrument in this world to help others. You will be a blessing for the society. If there are many such people, realized souls, then that society, that nation will definitely become great. And that is what we want. So these are the secrets Swamiji has given. Secret of greatness. So we will conclude our talk today, and when we shall meet next time, we will take up some other subject and we will discuss on that. Thank you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tassat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.